Hi everyone, my name is Letisa Polito, and I really just wanted to do this video because it was just something that was on my heart to say. And I originally was going to do a Periscope. If you're familiar with Periscope, you know you can do like live videos, um, but Periscope videos are only like live for like 48 hours. And I kind of wanted to make something a little bit more permanent, put it on YouTube, and then let the universe do what it does. Okay, so I'm hoping that this video reaches people and reaches women who have a similar story to mine, and helps you. That's all. So I know that, well, if you follow my channel or see anything about me and what I do, I am a full-time single mom and entrepreneur. I am a distributor for It Works Global. See? I actually just came home from an event that I did. So I really just wanted to sit down and do this before my night was over, while it was fresh in my mind. So, like I said, I am a full-time single parent. And I just kind of wanted to talk about that for a second, because I really don't think that I've really talked about being a single parent and what it means. I think that sometimes people try to paint this story like you're a victim. Oh, poor single mothers, they're raising children by themselves, and oh, their children are bastards, or oh, their children are going to grow up and be criminals because there's no father in the household, and oh, all these things. They just try to make you feel bad. And I don't understand why. Because you're a parent at the end of the day. Like, you're a parent, you're raising a kid. Okay, I don't look at myself as a victim at all. And I don't like when people try to make you feel as if you are one. Like, oh, poor you, what happened? Oh, poor, that man left you. Oh my God, left you with a child. Oh, you poor thing, give me a hug. Like, I don't I don't like that. And I just, your situation is your situation. And I just look at things like lessons in life. And everything is a lesson. Everything. There's no everything. Your story is already written for you before you were even born. So, and sometimes we could be hard-headed. And I'm one of them. And through life, you're always given, what's the word I'm looking for? You're all some curveballs, signs, warning signals, red flags, flag on the, I mean, God sends so many signs and warnings, and that little voice in your head that says, I don't think you should be doing that, or I don't think you should be here, or whatever, and we ignore it. And I'm one to say that I've ignored several. Okay? And I believe that sometimes we are thrown things in our path, and if you realize there are a lot of the same things, but it's like it just seems like it gets worse. It's like it's the same situation, but it's like maybe with a new person or a new situation, a new environment or new surrounding, but it still circles to be the same thing. That's because you didn't learn anything from the first one. And so it just seems like it kind of gets gradually bigger until you finally say, duh, okay, all right? And so I think that for me personally, that was when I had my son. Because having my son changed me, and it changed my mind, and it changed my environment. And because there was nothing more important to me than my son. And there was nothing more important to me than making sure that he was brought up in a stable and healthy environment. And I put him first through all things. And a lot of the things that I was involved with or a part of that weren't good for me, that there were those signs and those little voices saying you need to not be here or you need to leave the situation. I didn't. I did what I wanted to do. Okay. And I just felt, and the one thing in my life that really changed that for me was having my son. And so I really, if you've seen any of my videos or maybe follow me on Instagram or anything like that, like my son is my world. He's my world. And yes, I am a single mother. I provide for my son solely on my own with no help from my son's father. And I don't look at myself as a victim. I never have. I looked at myself as a person who went through a life lesson, and this lesson brought me out of a very dark and a very miserable place. And I am very grateful for that experience. So I never look at it like, oh, poor me, I'm raising this child by myself. I look at it as, thank you, God, for saving me from myself, okay, and giving me this precious boy that brings so much joy and so much value and so much just everything, happiness to my life. And I owe it to him to be the absolute best person that I can be, to show him and for him to learn to be an exceptional young man growing up. And, you know, because let's be honest, like who wants to be a single parent? Like who wants to be a single mother? Like if it takes two to have a child, it doesn't take one to raise one. You see what I'm saying? So it's like no one aspires to be a single parent. It just happens to be what happens. It's just what happens because that just has to happen for you to get through something that you're supposed to get through. You know, that's how I look at it. You know, and let's think about it like this. You know, what if your child's father was a abusive person? What if he was abusive, or maybe he went to jail, or maybe, you know, he was into drugs, or maybe he just checked out and was like, you know what, I'm not about this life. I'm not ready for this responsibility. Whatever the situation may be, you know, you could have left that person, but you left him because you wanted better for your child. That's not a weak move. You know how hard that is? Some people can be so dependent on other people that they're willing to sit in misery because they're afraid to leave. And then they have children, and their children are involved, and their children sit and they watch, because children watch everything. And they sit in this environment and they watch this interaction, and they grow up thinking that this is what life, or how I am supposed to react or respond in life as a man or as a woman. But you decided that that's not what you wanted your child to see. And so you left the situation. Do you know how much strength that is? To just decide that I'm going to do this because by myself, because I want to show my child or put my child in a very stable environment. Kudos to you, because that's strength. That's if that's not strength, I don't know what is. Because like I said, nobody wants to be a single parent. Nobody, okay? I don't care who you are. This job is not meant for one person. And that's at any age. That's at, if you are a teen mom, or if you're in your 30s or in your 40s, like, being a parent is not meant for one person. It's meant for two. So no one aspires to be a single parent. And, you know, you leaving that person, or if they even left you, you could have tapped out and got all sad and mushy and just couldn't survive. And no, you grind it out and you do what you do to provide for your child, and you want to give them a stable environment. How many of us have grown up in some dysfunctional household and we just knew that it was way more than what we saw? I wanted more for my son, and I personally didn't want my son to be witnessing an unstable environment. So, you know, I chose to remove myself from the situation and take care of my son, and hoping that, you would think or hope that, your child's parent would, just learn to be a good parent and co-parent and have this co-parenting relationship and everything's great and you guys get along, and, that's great that can happen. But sometimes that's not always the case. So you always end up, you end up raising your son by yourself. And the society makes you feel like your children are going to be bastards. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Or people want to, host prayer calls for single parents because, oh, poor you guys. Pray for all mothers. Don't just pray for us. Like, pray for all mothers need help. Regardless if you're married, fiance, you guys have children, you're in a relationship, you have children, all mothers need prayer. Let me tell you, it's not just single parents. So, we're not victims. We are people who have to go through certain things because it's a lesson that we have to learn. And we have to get through it. And we have to learn that lesson before we can get to the next step in our life. And this just happens to be the vehicle of how we have to learn it. And that's it. This is totally it. Like, and that's the way that I look at it. Okay. I mean, I'm a single parent. I take care of my son on my own. I was laid off from my job just last year. And I had to figure it out. I didn't get sad and cry or whatever. I came up with a plan. And, I started my own business. And it works. And it has been an amazing experience for me. A great vehicle that has allowed me to take care of my son. It has allowed me to survive. It allowed me to live. It allowed me to pay off. So I paid off my car. It allowed me to do so many things in just a year and a half of my time. And that's just me putting in the work and the dedication. And I was just determined. I'm just determined to be the absolute best mother that I can be, the absolute best woman that I can be. And that's just it. Okay. And, I really enjoy this business, and I truly enjoy sharing it with as many people as possible, especially single mothers, because I just feel like I can help. I feel like I definitely can relate to your pain. I can relate to, some of the things that you go through that we shouldn't have to go through. You just wanting better for your kids. You just wanting better for yourself. And you may not see the light at the end of the tunnel working this 9-to-5 job. And that is so normal. And it's, I never thought that I would be able to be a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home single mom. Like, how do those words merge together? Okay, because you are your sole provider. And if we all know, if it's there and it needs to get done and if you don't do it, it's just not going to get done. So there's nobody else here to help you do anything. You have to do it all on your own by yourself, especially if you don't have like really good family support. And you really have to do it on your own. And you just kind of, and never fails, something always gets dropped. Something always falls by the wayside and you're like, oh, okay, I'll do that next week. Or you just have no idea how that's going to get done. Or hell, you may cry because you're just tired and you don't feel like doing that right now. But you have to get it done. But right now, all you can do is cry. And then once you cry it out, you feel better. And now you can do what you have to do. And I understand that. I understand those issues and those pains that you get. And I just want, if there's any, piece of advice that I can say to a single mother who is watching this video, is that your purpose is so great. Okay. You have something in you that you're preparing for. You truly are. This is a hard job. And I just want to say, keep pushing, keep moving, keep going. You know, I know that things look, you know, sad sometimes. And I know you get depressed. And I know you cry. And you may get lonely. And all those things. But your strength is so much greater than your fears. Your strength, feed off of that. Feed off your strength. You don't have to subject yourself to stupidity or subject your children to an environment that you don't feel is stable, or an environment that, you know, is too familiar with how you grew up, and you don't want that for your child. You don't be afraid. You can't be afraid to just step out there and just keep grinding it out and be the best mother and the best person you can be. And, you know, for me, I knew that I needed to change my life in order to live happier and be a happier mother and be a happier person. So for me, that was, okay, this 9-to-5 life is not working out for me. I need to figure out a way that I can be at home, that I don't have to, you know, that I don't have to, you know, travel, that I can really have my time and to work this and be able to maximize and make enough money to support myself and my son and still live my life. You know, how many times do we live paycheck to paycheck? And like, I was taking out payday loans to cover daycare. Oh my God, daycare, don't get me started. That's a whole nother video, daycare. I was taking out payday loans just to pay daycare, okay, on certain pay periods, because I had my check already planned out from before I even got the check of what all that money was going to go to. And I would be lucky if I had enough to cover some groceries or put some gas in my tank to get me to work. So I needed, and I remember I didn't buy anything for myself. I mean, just little simple luxuries that you want to get for yourself. You know, your child comes first, and you just feel like, this can't be life. This just can't be it. Like this, you know, I can't go through this in this manner. And for me, that vehicle that got me out of that rut was this business, It Works Global. It came to me at a time where that was difficult. It came to me at a time where my back was against the wall and I needed to figure out a new solution, and that this business was that solution for me. And it has truly, truly, without a doubt, helped me to be a better mother, a better person. I, you know, broken down a lot of my own barriers. I used to be an introvert. So just even doing something like this and being very transparent on this video was something that I would never do. And so it really opened me up to everything. It's just because in my mind, everything is possible. Anything is possible. You know, it's helped me to just be a very more open person. And I've come across so many other people, and single mothers especially. It's just, there's no greater feeling to me than to be able to help another mother out of her situation. I just have one child, okay, just one. And there's, you know, I have mothers who have 2 children, 3, single parents, and sometimes I just lose my mind with the one I got. You know what I'm saying? And there's no greater feeling for me than to be able to show this business to single moms and to help them get out of their situations and to experience their joys with them and to experience those things that they thought that they were never able to do, or bills that they thought they were never going to be able to pay off, or to be able to pay their daycare without having to get student loans, or to get off student loans. Lord, I'm thinking about student loans. To pay student loans, but to, you know, without having to get payday loans to pay for daycare, and to actually be able to buy yourself something without feeling guilty. because you wanted to just treat yourself to something so small, just smallest little thing. Maybe you want to buy a scarf, something, and it probably was $10. You know what I'm saying? But you felt guilty buying that for $10 because you thinking to yourself, oh, that could have went towards a bill. I shouldn't have done that. It's $10. You should be able to buy yourself something. You work hard every single day to be the best person for your children and for yourself. And why not? Why not have something for yourself? Don't feel guilty about that. And I know how that feels because I've been there and I've done that. And I've had that guilt of feeling like even just going to get a meal from McDonald's or something. Like just that. Oh, I could have used that, $5.99 to to do something. And we all have done it. We all do it. We still do. And you don't have to live like that. You don't have to live like that. And to be able to take this business and to turn it into this empire thing that I'm building and I'm still building, and to be able to bring this vehicle to other women and to help them get out of their situations. And so it's not just about me anymore. It's about all these other women and all these other children and helping them change their life and being a part of this journey and being a part of their story and celebrating their successes and celebrating the things that they never thought they were going to be able to do. Like, you have no idea how exciting that is for me and why I'm very passionate about what I'm doing and what I'm able to bring to the table for anybody who's just willing to just listen, who's willing to learn something new, who's willing to just work it out. Because and just to have fun with it and be a family. Because a lot of the women, we're not just business partners, we're family. Like, our kids play together, our kids know each other. My son doesn't have any siblings. So, he has all these different, like, brothers and sisters in a sense. We're a family and we support each other and we help each other. And we are excited to see each other cross the finish line. So I really just wanted to share that bit of information with you and just to let you know, like, you're not a victim. And don't let anybody make you feel like that. And don't let anybody tell you what you're supposed to be doing or, put you in this box. You don't belong in a box. Why? Like, put presents in a box. Not your life. Not your mind. Break out of that. Break out of that and be absolutely amazing. Be the person that God intended you to be. Take this thing that you have, this thing over your life, what you're going through, the cards that you have, the cards that God dealt to you. I want you to take that and I want you to play your hand. Because let's think about it. When you play a game of spades, you may have a good deck, you may have a bad deck, right? Right now you have a deck, and your deck is you are a single parent, you are working paycheck to paycheck, and you are really struggling to make ends meet. That's your hand. That's what you have right now. Okay? And you have to use this hand. You have to play this hand to the best of your ability so you can win, or at least to get to the end of the doggone game, right? And then what happens after you have strategized and played that deck, that hand until its end? What happens? You get dealt a new deck, right? So do you hoping, you're praying that you don't get dealt that same jacked up deck, and you want to get a better deck of cards, right? So you can win the game. That's life. That's what it is. Your life is a deck of cards, and the way you play it is the way that you'll be able to win the game. And that's the way I look at it, and that's the way you should look at it. And don't let anybody put you down. And don't let anybody tell you that, or make you feel bad for whatever situation that you're in. You are doing the absolute best that you're supposed to be doing, okay? And you have the ability to be the absolute best person that you can be for yourself and for your children. And your dreams and your goals and all of those things that you've always wanted to do not have to get put on the back burner. You can have them. And I truly, honestly, just want to help you to be able to do that. So I'm going to put all my
social media handles in my description box. But I am on Instagram at TisaP. That's TEASAP. I am on Facebook as well, Latisa Polito. You'll see LATEASA, last name POLICO. My phone number is 773-340-1680. Okay. Text me, call me, whatever. I don't care. I just put all my little information out there. My email is partnerwithtisap.com. Partnerwithtisap.com. No, partnerwithtisap at gmail.com. Okay, partnerwithtisap@gmail.com. Email me, text me, call me, find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram. If you really like this video, share it with as many people as you can, because it truly came and is coming from a good place in my heart, because I just felt the need to say it. So I hope that this message finds you in good health and good faith and love, and I look forward to meeting some of you if you are interested in hearing about my business opportunity and seeing how I can help you, because I know that I can. And or call me. I look forward to really speaking to as many people and helping as many people as I can with this business to help change your life and get you out of some of those situations, because I truly understand and I have been there. So God bless, and I hope you have a phenomenal evening.